you in. Like, I still know the invite. Hey, just in case, just in case, like, I said, man. Yeah, I was just there last week.
You want to Six Flags? The whole flight, and then I got some time
boys in a while.
How are Mikey and Wayne?
here.
Wait! Eddie!
I invite you to bow your heads with me for a word of prayer. God, we thank you for the blessings of this day, for life, liberty, and the opportunity to rise to the occasion of new challenges and overcome them. Today, as we give formal recognition to a change in leadership, an opportunity awaits for those who lead to implement wisdom, communicate vision, and inspire confidence and enthusiasm. And for those who are led to demonstrate loyalty, exercise commitment, and serve with integrity and excellence. Bless us, O Lord, to these ends, that every one of us may rise to the occasion and overcome the waiting challenges. For Colonel Simmons as he departs for his new position, for Colonel Salmi who takes his place, indeed for all of us as we each have our impact and responsibilities. Lord, may this transition be smooth, may our service be inspiring, and may our country, our families, and you, our God, be honored in what we do and in how we do it. These things we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Kelsey, Shelby, and Travis on the guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The 60th Air Mobility Wing is honored to welcome a number of special guests to today's ceremony. Please hold your applause until all names have been introduced. The presiding officer, Commander, 18th Air Force, Major General Kenneth T. Bibb, accompanied by his wife, Shannon. The outgoing Commander, Colonel Corey A. Simmons, accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Dawn Simmons, sons, Drew and Luke, and daughters, Emily and Shelby, as well as his niece, Airman Carly Dinkins. The incoming Commander, Colonel Derek M. Solomon, accompanied by his wife, Chris Solomon, daughters, Emily and Sarah, and son, Josh, as well as his parents, Tom and Susan Solomon. We would also like to welcome Deputy Chief of Staff, Congressman John Garamendi of California's 3rd Congressional District, Debbie Gibbs. Representing Congressman John Garamendi of California's 3rd Congressional District, Lois Cross. Representing U.S. Senator Alex Padilla, Roberto Rizzo. Representing Solano County, County Board of Supervisors, District 3, District Representative Catherine Cook. The Mayor, City of Fairfield, Harry Price. The Vice Mayor, City of Fairfield, Rick Vaccaro. The Mayor, City of Dixon, Stephen Berg, accompanied by his wife, Mary Lee. Lieutenant General, retired, John Gong. The Command Chief, 18th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Chad Bigley. The Commander, 621st Contingency Response Wing, Colonel Travis Edwards. The Command Chief, 621st Contingency Response Wing, Chief Master Sergeant C.T. Kirk. The Commander, 349th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Lee Merkel, accompanied by his wife, Michelle. Representing the Command Chief, 349th Air Mobility Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Teresa Serrano. Rear Admiral, retired, James Allen. Sergeant Major, retired, Jesse Branch. Air Force Civic Leader and Travis Goldenbear, Mrs. Sandy Person. AMC Civic Leaders, Dr. Sheila McCabe and Sean Quinn. Lastly, we would like to welcome all commanders, honorary commanders, friends of Travis, retired military members, community leaders, and the men and women of Team Travis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 18th Air Force, Major General Kenneth T. Bibb.
All right, good morning, Team Travis. What a fantastic day to celebrate this great wing and these new flight leaders and their families with us here today. This is a really special ceremony. Shannon and I were stationed here from 1996 to 1999. brings back a lot of memories, and these are two families that are very special to us. It's a pleasure to be back in sunny California. What a great venue today. I just like to ask everybody to turn around and look at these three beautiful airplanes and the outstanding men and women of the 60th Air Mobility Wing. Let's give them a round of applause. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this ceremony took a lot of time and work and dedication. Thank you for Captain Michaels and the protocol team for their planning. Shelby Simmons, that was fantastic on the Star Spangled Banner, first class. Emily, I understand you're on deck for the next one. So. Chaplain Kelsey and Honor Guard, the formation, you all look fantastic. Let's give this team a round of applause. To all commanders, chiefs, honorary commanders, community and civic leaders, thank you for attending. It's wonderful to come together at this venue to highlight this wing together. Also, a warm welcome to our congressional delegations and key civic leaders present here today. Special shout out to our Golden Bears, Sandy, Lynn, Mark, Scott, and Thomas. Thank you for your support to the nation and the airmen of the 60th Air Mobility Wing. Nobody does it quite like Team Travis. Thank you very much. Let's give that team a round of applause as well. And to Colonel Lee Merkel, we've served together over multiple assignments. Travis Edwards, we've worked together several times before. The support and the teamwork of these three wings together here at Travis is really magical. I've never seen this team relationship better. Thank you for your support. To the Simmons family, Don, Drew, Shelby, Luke, and Emily. It's great to see you here this morning. Luke, congrats on beating your dad in golf 3 times this last year. It's fantastic. We can't do our missions without the support of our families. I'd like to say that Shannon is my better half. Most people know that she's my better 9/10. Corey and Derek, I know you've got the same problem. Don, I tell you what, I know a lot of people have told me they're going to miss Corey as he departs Travis, but I know the truth. People are really going to miss Don. So you've done a lot for the families and for the airmen of this wing. Let's give Don a round of applause. At ANC, we have an award. We nominate for the Air Force O'Malley Trophy, and to earn that award, it's the top command couple out of 17 all-star command couples across Air Mobility Command. And we're blessed here today to not only have the Simmons family, but also the Salmi family that are both recipients of that award. So let's give these families a round of applause. So welcome to the Salmi family. Chris, children Emily, Josh, and Sarah, as well as your parents, Derek, Tom, and Susan. Welcome to all of you all. This is a special family for us. We've known the Salmis for 16 years. Salmis took care of when our youngest had emergency surgery and we had to travel an hour away. The Salmis were there to take care of our kids. They're that kind of family. It's that kind of relationship, and we couldn't be prouder to welcome you into this family. So, Chris and your family, another round of applause, please. Thank you. Shannon and I know the hard work it takes from our extended families for us all to serve. Thank you very much. In 18th Air Force, we provide lethality through speed and mobility. Our airlift and air refueling capabilities allow us to touch any corner of the planet at a time and a place of our choosing. And this wing plays a critical role in that capability. That's something to be immensely proud of. It is global reach, enabled by our air mobility forces, that makes the U.S. a superpower, not just a regional power. Corey, as Chief and I have seen throughout our visits during your command, you clearly have had a strong influence on our airmen and families, not to mention the hard work you put into preparing the wing for the future fight. You've done an outstanding job with the team here, and I continue to see Trust Travis stickers all over the base. The Air Force was deliberate in putting you in this job. Your personal leadership propelled the 60th to new heights, and today you are passing along a highly capable, professional, and inclusive war-ready wing. Over the last 2 years, the 60th constantly provided top-tier support anytime, anywhere, without fail, the results of which were felt globally by both our adversaries and our allies. Corey, in times of crisis, your team answered the call when our nation needed it. I have to tell you, the first time I met Corey was 2 days after I took command. He called me on the phone, and I thought he was calling to say congratulations. And he said, "Sir, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Corey Simmons. I'm the commander of the 60th Air Mobility Wing, and we've got some large fires that are just outside the base." And I said, "Well, do we need to do anything about it?" "No, sir, the winds are blowing the other way. Luckily, it's not a factor." He called me back about 45 minutes later. He said, "Hey, sir, you remember those fires I said were a factor? The winds changed, and I need to launch 29 aircraft and evacuate 12,000 people, including our nation's largest military hospital." And I said, "Corey, what do you need?" I said, "How many crews do you have in crew rest?" And he said, "0. And I said, "Well, I've got the waivers. Go lead the team." And I couldn't be prouder of how the base evacuated that day. And luckily, the fire stopped a mile short of the gate, but it could have been a lot worse. And because of the actions of these airmen and these leaders, you all made it happen. During the COVID-19 pandemic, our medics here from Travis deployed 3 times to support hospitals across our nation, saving lives in all cases, operating under duress, and I couldn't be prouder of what they did. At the same time, we had critical medical supplies that were delivered to countries such as India and Korea. This team also played a crucial role during Operation Allies Refuge. And I can tell you, as Chief and I met the Travis Airmen, as we looked you in the eye, we had airmen that literally had babies tossed over to the fence at Kabul, and they were tasked to take care of those babies. We had airmen, medics that slept on the floor at the Kabul hospital and went without water. They couldn't brush their teeth or take showers for 14 days because they saved the water for the patients. They did a record number of surgeries, saving Marines, soldiers, sailors, and our guardians, record number of surgeries and a record number of AE movements, air medical evacuation movements, saving lives. And a chance to see these airmen, talk to these airmen that flew the airplanes, the defenders in the back of these airplanes, all from Travis, eventually moving 124,000 Afghan refugees. Corey, I couldn't be prouder. You've continued support through the Ukraine operations as we watch that develop on TV every day. I know Team Travis is there. I trust Team Travis to deliver those supplies that the Ukrainian people need. Not only that, but Travis also hosted many of our nation's top leaders, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of the Air Force, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, just to name a few. Additionally, you executed your the first flyaway readiness exercise in 10 years, deploying 400 airmen from the wing to test the concept of multi-capable airmen. Despite the high ops tempo, you constantly sought ways to strengthen community relationships and improve the lives of your airmen. From hosting an air show with 120,000 attendees to establishing the Trust Travis culture, which is all about cultivating professionalism, dignity, and respect. Corey, your leadership cultivated a combat-ready warrior culture. It's powerful to see what you've accomplished and spot on for building the readiness and resilience we need as we face the future fight. You have a lot to be proud of. Thank you for your leadership. I'm very excited you will soon be the Air Mobility Command Chief of Staff. With the experience of 2 wing commands under your belt, I can attest that you are a perfect fit. I cannot wait to see what your bright future continues to unfold. Derek, it's your turn to take the team to new heights. You're the right leader, at the right place, at the right time. For the audience today, I'd like to share some things about Colonel Salmi's background and qualifications for the job. Derek is a proud Texan who was born in Lubbock and then raised in the Dallas area. He commissioned from the Air Force Academy and has had a variety of operational assignments, from commanding our nation's largest tanker wing to deploying multiple times in support of Operations Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom, and New Dawn. He most recently served on the Joint Staff. He's written 2 books, one of which is now required reading for every student from Air Command and Staff College. Throughout his career, he's logged over 3,000 flight hours as an airlift and tanker pilot. Airman of the 60th, your incoming commander has a long and distinguished list of accomplishments that uniquely qualify him to lead you. Corey, you have set this wing up for future success. Derek, with your proven skill and ability, I have every confidence your airmen will reach new heights. To all airmen present, active, Guard, Reserve, and civilian, Thanks for your service and sacrifice. We all know what's on the line. Our job is to defend the nation against a multitude of threats. You are the heart and soul of a lethal and ready force that ensures America's continued prosperity and defense. I am so proud of what this wing does every day. Together we serve, together we sacrifice. I can't wait to see what the future holds. 60th Air Mobility Wing, expedite. Let's give another round of applause for these two leaders on stage and their families.
Thank you, General Bibb. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Major General Bibb presents Colonel Simmons with the Legion of Merit.
Wing! Move! There's one!
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. This is to certify that the Legion of Merit has been awarded to Colonel Corey Simmons. Colonel Corey A. Simmons distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 60th Air Mobility Wing, Travis Air Force Base, California, from 17 July 2020 to 27 July 2022. Colonel Simmons demonstrated exemplary competence commanding Air Mobility Wing's largest wing, wherein he presided over 26 squadrons, 9,000 personnel, and the Air Force's largest medical center. During his first month in command, Colonel Simmons' leadership was evident when he and his team orchestrated the real-world fire evacuation of 29 mobility aircraft and over 8,000 personnel in less than 8 hours. He safeguarded the wing's vital assets and personnel while seamlessly maintaining operational capabilities. Additionally, Colonel Simmons guided Team Travis through the coronavirus pandemic, highlighting his steadfast devotion to airmen, team, pride, and readiness, ultimately steering the Department of Defense's response standard. He oversaw the implementation of Health Protection Condition Charlie and created one of only 5 aerial ports of embarkation, supporting 19 cohorts and deployed 3,046 airmen to combatant commanders. Under his tenure, the wing executed 13,450 missions, mobilized 90,000 tons of cargo, and enabled the care of 3.1 million hospital patients. Colonel Simmons' devotion to his airmen was unwavering as he drove the wing to 140 Air Force and Air Mobility Command awards and garnered a highly effective rating in mission execution, a first for any Air Mobility Command in 6 years. His guidance proved vital during Operation Allies Refuge as he commanded Team Travis through a short notice deployment of 246 members to execute 215 missions, airlifting 11,000 refugees and 2 million pounds of cargo. Finally, he hosted 2 state-of-the-base addresses, reaching 84 civic and elected leaders, and defined his robust Trust Travis culture, culminating in his team selection as Air Mobility Command's 2021 General O'Malley Award winner. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Simmons reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force.
means at ease, not at parade rest. Check it out, folks. All right, check it out. Just a second ago, I've been doing so many of these for so long, I started to stand on the wrong side of the wall. So I'm glad that you're pointing me in the right direction. All right, so good morning, Team Travis. Before I go into this is a 13-minute speech with 6.0 minutes of awesome. You guys ready? All right. So good morning, Team Travis, Gerald Bibb, Chief Bickley, Mayor Price, Vice Mayor Vaccaro, Mayor Roulette, Mayor Byrd, Ms. Gibbs, Ms. Cross, Mr. Rizzo, Commissioners, distinguished civic leaders, Golden Bears, Honorary Commanders, Lieutenant General Gong, Sergeant Major Retired Branch, fellow wing commanders, Colonel Edwards and Colonel Merkel, Commanders, Chiefs, First Sergeants. Thank you. And for the men and women of the 60th Air Mobility Wing, and most importantly, my family in the front row, and everybody watching online, welcome. Big shout out quickly to Protocol, to PA, Chaplain, and my favorite national anthem singer ever, Shelby Simmons. All right, series of thank yous. Gerald Bibb, Chief Bickley. Travis has been our dream assignment. Serving with the men and women of Team Travis has been one of the most gratifying opportunities of my career. Thank you both for your trust and confidence in allowing me to lead the crown jewel of AMC. Gerald Bibb, Shannon, thanks so much for your support and mentorship over the last 2 years. Sir, I still remember that phone call. It went a little different from my side of the phone call. Sir, we have never met, but I need a waiver for everything. I literally heard him take his deep breath, and he said the one thing that every commander ever wants to hear from their boss. Whatever you need, it's approved. Be safe. Go. That's leadership. Thanks, boss. To the senior leaders and mentors of mine watching online, I know many of you are surprised that I made it to this day. But Don was with me, so you knew it would work out. Each of you are right. Wing Command, and especially Second Wing Command, is the best job in the Air Force. And I know this amazing journey would not have happened without you. Many of you have been the invisible hand throughout my career, creating opportunities, orchestrating things behind the scenes. My only hope is I'll be able to pay that little piece of magic forward to folks that work with me. I know many of them won't be able to make it today, but I want to give a special shout out to the Solano Board of Supervisors, specifically Mitch Mashburn and Jim Sperring. I know that I'm a lot to handle. I'm passionate and candid about solutions, and you and the other supervisors met us more than halfway. I truly appreciated your candor, your advice, and your advocacy for real solutions at Travis. To our many and awesome mayors of Travis, Mayor Price, Mayor Vaccaro, Mayor Byrd, here with us today. We have incredible community support, and it starts with you. My sincere thanks for everything that you do for our area. To our Golden Bears, Sandy, Thomas, Lynn, Scott, and Mark, all I can say is wow. 2 years ago, I stood on this stage and says, what in the hell is a Golden Bear? Well, now I can give you a definition. They are staunch advocates for airmen, promoters of resources to help make connections, and fixers of problems across the spectrum. But to me, it's much more than that. It's 5 new families that are now my family. Thanks for everything that you did for us. I don't know that he made it today, but I'd like to give a special shout out to General Retired John Gong. He turned 100 this year. Former DCOM of the old thing called MAC, and standing at the bottom of the stairs as our POWs from Hanoi Hilton came home. He's been a tremendous mentor for me, as I know he will be for Derek. And just a special shout out to someone that is one of my heroes, General Gong. Admiral Allen, it's so good to see you, sir. I've got the pleasure of spending some time with Admiral Allen on the golf course. He's been a tremendous supporter for me. Thanks for being here, sir. Absolutely. And then you may notice the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps that's standing here today. He's the only person in this room that scares the holy crap out of me. a Vacaville legend, a supporter of airmen, soldiers, sailors, Marines. One of the honors of my career was standing next to you on the Memorial Day speech. Sir, you honor us with your presence and your service. Thank you very much. Okay, faster and funnier. To my fellow wing commanders, Colonel Merkel and Colonel Edwards, my sincere thanks for just being there and picking up the phone. Some of you may not believe this, but not every single day is a wing commander is sunshine and rainbows. It's nice to have somebody who's been there and done that, and just my sincere thanks for being there. To my front office team, Daria, who really runs the show, and my exec team, I mentioned I'm a handful. There's nobody in here who knows that more than her. My heartfelt thanks for what you did to support me and my family. To the group of squadron commanders, chiefs, SELs, and one more time, most definitely, the first sergeants. Thank you for buying into what we were trying to do. Trust each other. And simply just be better. I know that I have had the best team on the best base in AMC. And we have that title specifically because of you. To our executive director, Mr. Joe Dingman, standing in formation, which I think is awesome. Joe, you have moved the needle on things in our community that many believe to be impossible. But on top of that, you have continued to be the secret 06 of Travis Air Force Base, always mentoring, always teaching, and always doing it for the best reason of all, the airmen that you're standing in formation with. My sincere thanks to Joe Dingman. I have had the luxury of learning from two command chiefs here at Travis. First Chief Schultz, and now Chief Scott. Do it, smile. I told you I'd give it, do it. One of my last orders was awesome. I only wish every airman at Travis got to spend as much time with these two leaders as I did. Look at him holding the guidon, defending the colors in our wing, and defending me. Thanks, both of you. I have also had two vice commanders in my tenure here, Colonel Zach Jerome and Colonel Ryan Garlow. Both are incredible leaders with incredible families. Zach, if you're watching online, thanks for breaking me in and helping me understand just what the beast Travis Air Force Base really is. And Ryan, thanks for closing the door, checking on the old man, arguing with me even when I didn't want you to, but always, always making our wing better. I look forward to hearing great news about your future assignment very soon. To my vices. To my parents, Daryl and Debbie Simmons, watching online in Kentucky, thanks for all your love and support. We will be closer to Kentucky soon. Looking forward to seeing you, and I know Granddad is beaming right now. To my in-laws, Billy and Patty Getz, thanks for always being there for Don and I know you're doing it right now as we speak. Patty, good news. So far, we've only had one person fall at the change of command, but nobody's made it to the hospital yet. If you didn't know, she actually made it to the hospital at this change of command last year. So, thankfully, so far so good. And one airman who may look out of place in the front row is Airman Carly Deakins. Well, here's a very special secret. She's my favorite airman. She's my blood niece. She's my sister's daughter. She's an MPF troop, makes ID cards, and supports families here. I could not be more proud of you sitting in the front row and what you're going to do for our Air Force. Thank you so much. Get your cell phone out, get it ready. Get your cell phone out, get the clock ready. Now for my family. Kids, I am proud of you. Drew, dominating OK State, 3.85 GPA. Beta, you kept your blood alcohol lower than your GPA. I'm so happy. Right? It's awesome. Shelby, you heard that voice? Let me tell you, folks, she's a better soccer player than she is a singer. Captain of the boys soccer team at her high school, man. This gal can flat go. My son, Luke, grew a foot. Now he hits it 300 yards, and yes, he beat me 3 times this year. I'm not over that yet. And Emily, our family's exclamation point, now a level 6 gymnast, and our family prankster. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being the Wing Commander's kids. It is not easy, and I didn't make it easier. Thank you. Working those out real quickly. I got flowers for the girls. My last 3 coins that I'll give, or the last 4 coins that I'll give to my kids. But lastly comes back to Dawn. If anyone ever says I've been successful, it's because of that woman, and that she said yes 24 years ago. And as we move for the 14th time, she is saying yes again. Thank you for investing in our family, our airmen, and our spouses. I love you. Okay, hard part's over. 2 years ago, I started my command speech with 6 promises for the 60th Air Mobility Wing with 0 excuses. And I said I would do it in 6 minutes. Today, I'll use my last 6.0 minutes for the 60th Air Mobility Wing to highlight our wing accomplishments, express my sincere gratitude and compassion for this team, and welcome our new commander, Colonel Derek Salmi, to lead the next chapter of Travis. Are you ready? Hack. At the start of my command, I shared with you our promises to Team Travis that focused on 4 areas: airmen, team, pride, readiness, and these pillars will be supported by respect and the manager trust Travis. I can definitely say that through the passion and pride that you have brought every day, we have delivered on those promises. Let me try to show you how. My time at Travis started with the LNU complex wildfires, where we safely evacuated the entire base, 29 aircraft, pick a number of personnel, all in 8 hours. Every member of this team was essential in accomplishing that feat, and I thank each of you for trusting me in making that call and trusting each other to make that a success. Crazy thing is that that was just another Wednesday in Travis. In the past 2 years, we filled over 4,000 deployment taskings in support of multiple operations, including the remarkable airlift for the Operations Allies Refuge, the largest non-combatant evacuation operation in history. And Team Travis Airmen safely evacuated more than 10,000 refugees on those tails and filled nearly 50% of the total Air Force medical footprint in Kabul, including the heroic Travis 29. Our mission partners in the reserves and the CRW continue to crush tyranny on the ground in Afghanistan, managing security and helping out direct operations on the airfield, but also at home assisting FEMA when storms ravaged the state of Texas. Through all these historic moments, our airmen flew over 12,000 sorties and performed more than 30,000 maintenance actions, all to deliver effective, rapid global mobility and demonstrate our readiness for the next fight. These accolades are not possible without the support of our medics, who continue to battle against the pandemic. The 60th Medical Team has met this diverse challenge effectively, administering over 33,000 COVID vaccine doses, achieving the highest vaccination rate in all of the command. And, oh, by the way, still the Air Force's largest hospital. In meeting the promise of readiness, the aerial port squadron hustled around the clock to support our partners in need. Their tireless efforts helped provide over 1 million pounds of critical COVID supplies to support India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, the Republic of Korea, and more countries than I could put in this paper. And this all accumulates to Travis crushing the UEI, where we received the highly effective rating of the mission for the first time in any time in AMC in 6 years. Something that everybody on this team got to hold their head up high for. And in just my last 6 months here, our units and aircraft moved more than 17,000 cases of emergency water, over 1 million pounds of filtration equipment to Hawaii in support of their contamination crisis, and Team Travis supported relief to Ukraine by providing security assistance cargo through both commercial and home station airlift. When the nation calls, we deliver. And we also know we wouldn't be where we are today without our support from local community civics. I want to extend our sincere thank you for your unwavering support and partnership to make Travis Air Force Base the best there is in the command. From infrastructure rebuilds to spouse license reciprocity, energy resiliency, you stood up and delivered for us. Thank you. This great country, the community around us, and the families deserve nothing less than our best. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, you gave it. So how do we achieve so much greatness? It's about family, it's about fun, it's about a culture of resiliency, and about absolutely caring for the person sitting next to you. This family and culture we have built will only get stronger with that guy right there. He is the right leader for this base, and let me tell you what. He is a leader who's ready to serve you, the airmen of the 60th Air Mobility Wing, to reach new heights. He has an outstanding family. His bride, Chris, and their kids are absolutely awesome. And if that's not enough, I've known that dude 20 years. And if I wanted to go to war, that's who I'm taking with me. Derek, you're about to start the best job you'll ever have. Every member of Team Travis is ready to follow your lead, and I know that with your leadership Trust Travis will only become more and more legendary. Welcome aboard. All right, big finish time. I said 6 promises. How'd we do? Airmen first. Give them the why and watch them go. Build teams. You can't do this by yourself. Pride matters. When you are prideful, you will protect it. You will fight for it, for our mission and our people. We have to be ready. Our adversaries awake every morning and they don't mess with us because of you. Because they're scared to death of you. And we have to stay ready. We must respect each other. You raised your right hand and said you would defend the Constitution. I don't need to know anything else. Your respect is earned. And lastly, it's about trust. The only word you need to know around here. Why does the nation trust Travis? Because we're that damn good. Hack. 504, that's what I'm talking about. I am humbled by this amazing team every day. This assignment has been the best I've ever had, and it's because of you. And for that, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for letting me support you, making me feel like family, and being the best wing in the Air Force. As I pass the reins to the best leader that I know to take over the best team that there is, I can say without a doubt that I trust Travis. Let's go.
Thank you, Colonel Simmons. At this time, the men and women of the 60th Air Mobility Wing wish to render a final salute to their outgoing commander.
Wing! Present! Up! Order!
As my last order, I need one more Trust Travis. Let's go. 3 times. Trust Travis! Trust Travis! Trust Travis! Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command ceremony in which the reins of responsibility will be passed from Colonel Simmons to Colonel Salmi.
What was the order?
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force Headquarters, 18th Air Force, Special Order Number GSF 22032, under the provisions of Air Force Instruction 51-604, effective 27 July 2022, Colonel Simmons relinquishes command of the 60th Air Mobility Wing, and Colonel Salmi assumes command. Signed, Major General Kenneth T. Finn.
All
family, to myself.
One that we will long remember and treasure, and I appreciate each of you taking the time to join us here today. Major General Bibb, sir, thank you for the kind words and for your great trust in me for this tremendous opportunity and for allowing me this tremendous opportunity. I am honored and humbled to serve again in 18th Air Force, and I'm especially grateful for your leadership and mentorship over the course of my career. On a personal note, and as mentioned, this is really the second significant ceremony that General Bibb has presided over for me. He also promoted me to colonel and served as my squadron commander when I was a major. So having you officiate this ceremony today, as well as the continuing support of both you, Shannon, the entire Bibb family, is very special to our family and makes this event even more memorable. So thank you. Chief Bickley, great to see you, and very excited, very honored for the opportunity to work with you again, and thank you for all that you do for airmen everywhere. Chaplain Kelsey, thank you for the inspirational invocation, and Shelby, wow, has said before, what a fantastic rendition of the national anthem. You're incredibly talented, and that was just outstanding. And to everyone who had a part in the change of command today, so Captain Resto, Senior Master Sergeant Chambliss, Captain Michaels, up here on stage, Captain Imperial, and Staff Sergeant Wynn, and the many other volunteers that were a part of today's event. As somebody who once lost a 2-star general on a base visit, I understand how many details have to come together for an event like this, literally thousands of them. So I appreciate it. You crushed it and really made it world class. So as I began making the transition, preparing for the transition to Travis so many months ago, and I spoke with so many who had served here, one common theme became quickly evident, and that's how incredibly special the relationship is between the base and the broader civic community. Quite simply, Travis sets the highest standards for community support, and I wish to thank all the leaders here representing the national, state, and local levels, especially our local mayors. Thank you to the many distinguished civic leaders, the Golden Bears, who I had the chance to meet many of, honorary commanders past and present, Lieutenant General Gong and Sergeant Major, and all the former leaders and military impact leaders here on Travis, and our military partners. Thank you for the incredibly warm welcome to the Golden State. You honor us all with your presence here today, and you honor the airmen and families of Travis each and every day through your phenomenal commitment and support, for which we are very grateful. So thank you. Colonel Merkel, Colonel Edwards, teammates, thank you for attending today, as well as for the fantastic relationships our units enjoy. And I look forward to continuing to build upon and strengthen those critical partnerships. To the rest of Team Travis, from commanders, chiefs, and first sergeants, to leaders and airmen at every rank, thank you as well. The caliber of the team here at Travis is unmatched, and I only wish so many of you in the audience could share the view that we've had here from the stage, that I have here looking out at the formations assembled here today. These formations represent the absolute very best and the pride and professionalism of Travis, and it is awe-inspiring, and I still feel so very fortunate for this opportunity to serve alongside each of you. And it is certainly not lost on me that I'm about to begin the greatest job the Air Force has to offer. I also recognize that so much of what we do in uniform day in and day out is not possible without the fantastic support of our families. I'm a proud third-generation airman, and to my parents, Tom and Susan, solemnly thank you for your unyielding support from day one, and certainly across these last 2+ decades of Air Force service. To my aunt and uncle, Robert and Donna Lamb, thank you for being here and for your continuous support. And to Robert for commissioning me so many years ago. To our other friends and family, our great family friends, the Templins, to Nicole, thank you for being here. Nicole Colbert, our other great friends, thanks for being here. For those joining us virtually from Texas, my brother Todd, his family, to Minnesota, my brother and sister-in-law, Mike and Debbie Hawthorne, and the great family we have there. Thank you for the many ways that you have supported and sustained us over the years. To my incredible wife, Chris, thank you for being my wingman for life and for your unconditional love, support, and devotion, not only to our family, but to so many other families. You are amazing. I'm blessed to have you in my life, and I love you. Thank you. To our kids, Emily, Josh, and Sarah, we are so incredibly proud of you and so thankful for the many happy times we've had together, we've shared together on this Air Force journey.
I'm excited for many more great memories as we go forward in life's journey. So we are a proud Air Force family, and thank you for your encouragement and support along the way. Finally, I'd like to offer my sincerest thanks to Corey and to Don and to the entire Simmons family for all you've done to ease our transition and help lay this foundation for continued success. Corey and Don, you are absolutely first class. What a class act, and it's evident here, it's evident as we transition into the base, and it's hard for me to even articulate the extra time and effort that they gave so freely in welcoming us here, and it was really phenomenal. And it's because they care so much about the airmen and the families and those here on this base. So thank you for that. We wish you the absolute best as you head to Scott, and you continue your true legacy of impactful service going forward. So thank you. To join the 60th Air Mobility Wing is quite simply a fantastic honor. It is always satisfying to join a team with a well-earned reputation for excellence and mission accomplishment, especially one forged in sustained service to the nation, and that shines the brightest when the stakes are the highest. As we've heard previously, the accolades of the wing are numerous and wide-ranging, spanning excellence in the air mobility mission, remarkable airmen and family care, and superior community relationships, and all have added to the 60th Air Mobility Wing's proud and rich lineage, and further cemented its reputation as the absolute wing of choice for rapid global mobility. And that is awesome. Today, as I look out at the formation, and as we look to the future, I am inspired by where your spirit, your passion, and your commitment will take us. Because it is through that spirit of innovation, that passion for excellence, and that unyielding commitment to disciplined mission execution, that Team Travis will continue to deliver air mobility at the speed of relevance, anytime, anywhere, while continuing to serve as a beacon of hope for those in need across the globe. I am proud to serve with you and will work each and every day to continue developing you as airmen and leaders, caring for your families, ensuring you are trained and ready to execute our mission, and cultivating a community where the strength of our diversity and the value of our perspective is woven into the very fabric of our collective identity. Chris and I are humbled to serve you and your families, and we look forward to continuing the legacy of the 60th Air Mobility Wing and Team Travis together. Thank you.
The men and women of the 60th Air Mobility Wing are proud to have served Colonel Simmons as their commander and wish him and his family every success in their next assignment. We salute Colonel Salmi as he assumes his new duties as wing commander, and we welcome Mrs. Salmi and their children Emily, Sarah, and Josh to the Team Travis family. Please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's ceremony. We invite you to join us for the post-reception on the other side of the hangar. Have a great Air Force Day.